Okay, double review time. Today we'll be taking a look at the Demoniacal Tenacious Materialist and their Limit Breaker, and which is the Demoniacal Super Saiyan Blue Goku with Omen, as well as the Demoniacal Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku respectively. And basically speaking, why I'm doing a double review is essentially when you break them down, they are essentially the same figures with some minor differences in accessories and stuff. And we'll be taking a look at the similarities, the differences, and what one figure might do better than the other. So first and foremost, let's talk build quality. And honestly speaking, build quality is nigh identical on these figures. I have two of the Tenacious Martial Artists and one Limit Breaker, and honestly speaking, I cannot really tell a difference between the build quality. But besides that, let's take a look at the differences. Obviously, first and foremost is the paint, and I will say this much: I think the Limit Breaker is painted significantly better than the Tenacious Martial Artist. One of which, if you're not aware, is the Tenacious Martial Artist has a pretty bad skin mismatching issue at the neck and at the chest area here. While for Limit Breaker, it's actually relatively well done. It's not really noticeable. In fact, I'd say it's like barely noticeable at all. While for this one, it's relatively apparent. Basically, the base body is the last year's event exclusive all UI Omen Goku body, and it's the exact same on both of these figures. There's not much difference. Only issue is obviously the Demoniacal Fit has a bit of a fitting issue, as well as a quality control issue when it comes to the figure. Both of my legs on my Demoniacal Fit is a little bit loose. The arms are a bit too tight in some areas. The wrist pegs is a bit too tight, which makes it a bit difficult to remove, and this happens sometimes. And besides that, they are basically identical in terms of the build quality. Well, let's now talk about the paint differences. Obviously, orange, red, skin tone's different. This one's more purplish in the blue areas, and as well as at the head. I'm not sure if you can catch on camera, but in person, this one has a significantly more different hue than this one, which is good because that's how Kaioken blue is supposed to be. Now, let's take a look at the accessories. First and foremost, I'll be going over the accessories that are shared between these two figures. Obviously, they both have open palm hands, like Kamehameha hands, fighting pose hands, as well as the fists that are on the body. As well as for faces, a smirking face, screaming face, teeth gritting face, as well as the neutral face on both of these figures. Let's see if the camera focuses. First, give me a sec. Sorry. Yeah, it's basically just a stern-looking face. And besides that, let's take a look at. These are all the accessories that are the same between the two of them, but obviously we want to look at the accessories that are unique to each figure. So first and foremost, it's this. For the Demoniacal Tenacious Martial Artist, you get a stand, and a a UI Omen Goku head, along with 3 additional faceplates, it being closed-eyed, neutral face, teeth gritting face, screaming face. Unfortunately, this one Demoniacal Fit did not include their sideways glancing face, which they did include with their sold separately head pack, which is a bit of a shame, but again, this is probably a business decision, doesn't mean it's good. As well as a Jiren head, which is honestly a bit useless, as for 1, you need to have a Jiren, and 2, it doesn't really even fit on it, and even if you did have one, are you really going to use this face? Come on, the head on the actual Jiren is significantly better. And well, for Limit Breaker, you come with this aura effect piece, which is honestly very, very well done. And yeah, it's mixed for a very, very nice centerpiece to a display when it comes to Limit Breaker. But for both of these figures, retailed for about the same price. So honestly, with that in mind, what should you get? In my opinion, I think that Limit Breaker is the better figure, but Tenacious Materialist is the better value because of all the additional stuff it comes with. So now that we have the differences, let's go into the articulation. Here it is on a hinge, ball pegs joint, it looks up that far, down that far, side to side, ball joint at the base of the neck. Butterfly joints opens up here. Oh, and another thing is, for Tenacious Materialist specifically, there are quite a few which this is blue, which is the same as the event exclusive Omen Goku, but I know that the first production runs have this as flesh tone, so please do keep in mind when you do purchase it and see which one you get. Then 360 degrees rotation, double knee, double elbow joint, hinge, swivel, ball peg at the wrist. Chest can extend it a bit to give that much of a crunch. Arcing back is quite a bit. Side to side. Ball joint at the base of the body to give a rotation. Side to side rotation, 360 degrees rotation, as well as all of the side to side that we showed just now. Legs can move out that much, and this is something I've noticed on all of my this specific body mode Gokus, is that this joint, if you can't see it, essentially for this specific part it's supposed to move when you move this figure, but for this side it's a bit stuck. It's honestly not a big deal. All you have to do is position it where you put pressure down here to force this out. It's a bit annoying, but for posing it's fine. For playing, not so much, but you probably shouldn't be playing with these figures anyway. Double jointed knee. Oh yeah, this is another common issue, is that the knee pad of this specific body mode is extremely loose on the Demoniacal fit stuff. Honestly, I've never had a problem with it. Just if it bothers you that much, just glue it down, because when it's straight, the piece is kind of like folded in. It's kind of held in by the other parts of the figure, so it's not that big of a deal. But if you're worried about that falling off and losing it, just glue it into place. Ball peg at the base of the foot. Give it that much of an ankle rocker in, out. Back is that much, forward is that much, as well as the toe bend. Overall, the articulation is very, very good for a figure of this. Very, very good, as well as the fact that the amount of accessories you have of with these figures does lead to a lot of different posing and display opportunities. Hold on, give me a sec. Yeah, okay, one thing I'll say when it comes to Tenacious Materialist, when you change the head, this is what I recommend. Take off the face and the hair, and then if you see the ball peg here, make it sure that while you're pushing it like this, just pull it out in line with this joint, so that don't pull it out sideways, because it will stress the joint and will break it. Just put it down like this, it pops off. Then you can just take the alternate head and put it on the figure. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So honestly speaking, oh dear, that's terrible flash. Yep, honestly speaking, these set of figures, I'm very happy with the purchases, and these are probably some of the better Demoniacal fit releases to date. Generally speaking, almost all of their copycat releases are fine, minus some certain exceptions. Yeah, honestly speaking, if you are gonna get him. He's probably the second best copy release outside of outside of Goku Black. And yeah, besides that, this is my review. See you later. See you next time.